Yes, you're not crazy. These are the Phantoka, and I know it's way too late to be reviewing these, but I love to do custom reviews for my friends, and one of my good friends requested this, or requested for me to review this set. Well, this actually set line, anyway. So, you're seeing what you have, but what's this? One canister, two sets? Nope. Two canisters, two sets. What a strange thing, though. Canister for a Matoran. I'll talk about that later, though, because if you've seen my other videos, or reviews, I should start using that. If you've ever seen my other reviews, you know I do not like to do the canisters first. No. These will happen after the sets, because who really watches these reviews for the canister? It's like, oh, I don't care about if I get Tahu, or if I don't care if I get Matt Nui, I want the box! That's absolutely crazy. Unless you love doing that, then, you know, be my guest. Sorry about that. So, let's start off with one of those sets. I'm going to go from big to small. So, Kopaka's first. Give me that. Now I'm just going to do one of those boring monologue things for a second. It's fun, leads me into good stuff. So Kopaka is from the very beginning of the BIONICLE storyline, not chronological, I'm talking about selling-wise. And he's pretty much been my favorite set there. Well, Tahu, how do you beat Tahu? Come on, he's awesome. But, I'd say it's Kopaka and Liwa, which are my favorite. So, here's Kopaka. Yes, that was annoying. A few features that are sort of interesting. His mask, first of all, I'll just go on with that right away. If you noticed for the Mystica, that this part, I'll try to use my hand, yeah, that sort of works, and the camera again ceases to allow focus. There, it's still very annoying. Either way, it's challenging to see that, I know, but this rod is attached to the mask, which causes that hole to appear. If you've ever bought any any sets before the Phantoka, you would know that they do this, and that they have that hole right there. I know that was really weird. So, that might be, well, since all the masks have done that, it's not really anything to frown upon, because, oh man, well now 97% of the masks do this in BIONICLE. I can't get that guy, so I'll have to get the other guy, which doesn't really do anything in the storyline. No. You get him. It's not like it's changing who the character is. But enough about that. Laser sight, neat, that's it. Comes in, goes out. It's awesome. And I probably should give you better views of this mask. So it's an awesome side view. What he looks through, apparently. This other side. And as always, Kopaka's mask is not symmetrical. How awesome is that? So, something to look out for. This part down here is sort of, I don't know, Chin Man. And then up here, there's sort of like jet fighter exhaust. No, not exhaust. Air intakes, I guess. Would that be the two? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, good luck with that. So, yeah, nothing really bad. It actually gives, well, with the mask by itself, no, Kopaka, it looks sort of strange. Just a bit. But if you put this on Kopaka, if I can do that, it looks a lot better, doesn't it? Oh yeah. So back here they have the cut-off Metru head, which I think is fabulous, because he can actually look up now without skewering himself with the back of his brain. So, let's look at some other new pieces. That's right. There's only 3 new pieces. 1, 2, 3. These do not count as 2, they're 1 piece. So, the wings. Oh, this is new as well, I guess. The wings are sort of cool. I've noticed in the comic books that the artist decided, oh, this isn't the bottom of the wing, this is. So, oh, Kopaka always flies like that. Now, who in their bloody mind thought of that? It just, does that look reasonable? Have you ever seen an airplane fly like this? No, so why would you draw it like this? Ugh. It's the only thing that really ticked me off about the old artist. Fortunately, BIONICLE got a new artist for their BIONICLE Gladiatorian comic books, and I have very high hopes for this guy, because so far he's done a really good job. Here you can see him. So, other than those wings, they do, that was weird. They do go down like this, and just like all airplanes, or just like a bunch of airplanes, they can go out like that, so you can go a bit faster. He actually is really fun to fly around because of the wings, and I'll eventually get to that. So, other than that, his arms, okay, you can only do that. It's sort of a bummer. You could turn these around, but then, you know, he's sort of protected from there, and then that, and some things. So, that's the only really big downfall of Kopaka is this right here, and if you could somehow figure out, you know, I guess you just use a saw, hack through all of that, and completely dismantle the figure and make it all look messed up and gnarly, like, things. You could do that, but other than that, yeah, it's fine. First appearance of these types of pieces, quite amusing altogether. There, you're probably just saying, get on with it, so I'm getting on with it. There, feet, legs, more legs, torso. If you notice anything about this, it's from Voya Nui, I know. Good guy, bad guy legs, good guy chest. Inaika, that's right, that's the name. Good. So, there. You got Kopaka. I'll show him what he flies like later. This is his mid-X Sky Blaster, if you pronounce it that way. Also, as a disclaimer, if I pronounce anything wrong, nicely, if you want to, tell me. That way I can get everything right next time. I don't know. So, mid-X Sky Blaster, he has to hold it like this, or there, you know, has to have something back here. But, which is sort of strange, is that doesn't really make it look authentic, so you have to turn it over here, and even then, one of the things has a circle in there, so if you want to make it look real authentic, you have to perfectly set it. Something that separates Kopaka from everyone else is this doohickey. It's a blizzard blade. Good for skewering people, and for channeling his Toa elemental powers through it. So, that's pretty neat. Yes, I know, I use the word neat. It's awesome. So I'll be shooting this. Just there it is. It's about, I don't know, a foot away, and there you can just barely see. Yeah, that's probably a bad angle for you to see, but I'll let you know that these things do fire pretty far. And as in pretty far, I mean not roll across the room, I mean roll that actually hit the guy and was able to make him move. Would you really want a BIONICLE set that could launch its projectile across the room? Because if you're doing close range shots and you actually try to launch it at one of the guys, first of all, you have the very, very, very high probability of losing that piece, and then, oh, what do you know? You have a set that doesn't shoot anything. So, the mid-X Sky Blasters, despite their heaviness and bulk, I know these are like the heaviest sets or launchers I've ever seen for BIONICLE so far. Hopefully the Gladiatorians won't mess that up. Well, so far they haven't. They've done a great job, kept it simple, 3 pieces. Oh, this is like 2, 4, 6. It's a lot. Lots and lots. So, on to the other only friend of Kopaka, apparently. Solek. Why is he positioned like this? Because he's ready to, like, team up with Kopaka. But I guess I'll risk it all and put him back into his regular stance for you guys. You know, I just realized this is like the worst angle for you guys to see him in. You're like, oh, that looks so interesting. Actually, I don't think anyone's done an angle like that. Either way, enough of that random rambling. How awesome. So, there's his mask. Yeah, you sleep. Can't see his head yet. It's too awesome. So, I know, I love that YouTube does over 10 minutes. That way you guys can watch me ramble on for like ever. So, this is his mask. Pretty sweet. Just a second, there's going to be like a skip soon, so please mind the strange pause. There, I don't think that was very bad of a pause, don't you think? Yeah. So, this is Solek's mask. It looks pretty sweet. It's actually my favorite Matoran mask, and I love to talk fast. Okay, sorry. So, besides Tenma's mask, well, even with Tenma's compared to Tanma's mask. I don't really have him, unfortunately. I wish I did. I'd say Solek's mask is my favorite. It just, if the camera allows me to zoom in, try to freak it out.